have really put anti-immigration statements at the core of their campaigns. Donald Trump started his campaign calling immigrants rapists and criminals. And and he's gone on from there. And across New York and in the harbor is the Statue of Liberty, reminding us of who we are and where we came from. We are a nation of immigrants. Where we came from. We are a nation of immigrants. And we are a nation of immigrants. And we are a nation of immigrants. And
we are a nation of immigrants, and that means that we're constantly immigrants, and that means that we're constantly being of immigrants, and that means that we're of immigrants, and that means that we're a nation of immigrants, and that means we are a nation of immigrants, and that means that we are a nation of immigrants, and that means
My fellow Americans, we are and always will be a nation of immigrants. Americans, we are and always will be a nation of immigrants. Americans, we are and always will be a nation of immigrants. Americans, we are and always will be a nation of immigrants. We were strangers once too. Americans, we are and always will be a nation of immigrants.
Imperfect though we may be, I believe we are a great country. I believe we are a great country. I rise today humbled to offer my first official speech as the junior United States Senator from the great state of California. I rise with a deep sense of reverence for this institution, for its history, and for its unique role as a defender of our nation's ideals. Above all, I rise today with a sense of gratitude for all those upon whose shoulders we stand. For me, this starts with my mother, Shamala Harris. She arrived at the University of California, Berkeley, from India in 1959 with dreams of becoming a scientist. The plan when she finished school was to go back home to a traditional Indian marriage. But when she met my father, Donald Harris, she made a different plan. She went against a practice reaching back thousands of years, and instead of an arranged marriage, she chose a love marriage. This act of self-determination made my sister Maya and myself, and it made us Americans, like millions, and myself. And it made us Americans, like millions of children of immigrants before and since. And knowing my mother, and I know she's looking down on us today, millions of children of immigrants before and since. Millions of children of immigrants before and since. Millions of children of immigrants before and since. And I know she's looking down on us today. And knowing my mother, she's probably saying, Kamala, what on earth is going on down there? We have got to stand up for our values. So in the spirit of my mother, who was always direct, I cannot mince words. In the early weeks of this administration, we have seen an unprecedented series of executive actions that have hit our immigrant and religious communities, like a cold front, striking a chilling fear in the hearts of millions of good, hardworking people, all by executive fiat. By fiat, we have seen the president stick taxpayers with a bill for a multi-billion-dollar border wall without regard to the role of the United States Congress under Article 1 of the Constitution. By fiat, we've seen a president mandate the detention of immigrants. We've seen a president mandate the detention of immigrants. We've seen a president mandate the detention of immigrants, both documented and undocumented, creating a dragnet that could ensnare 8 million people. By fiat, the President has ordered the creation of what essentially will be a 15,000-member deportation force. By fiat, he wants to take away state and local authority by making local police officers act as federal immigration officials. By fiat, the President wants to slam the gates of freedom by instituting a Muslim ban, a ban which was carelessly written as it has been incompetently enforced. And in recent days, we have seen an increased severity in immigration raids sweeping across this country, including the arrest of a dreamer in Seattle and a domestic violence victim in Texas. And we have seen an administration violate court orders, attack the First Amendment, bully federal judges, and mock Americans exercising their right to freely assemble. Mr. President, I rise today to discuss how these actions impact my state of California and our country. And in particular, the state of California, I believe, is a microcosm of who we are as America. In California, we have farmers and environmentalists, welders and technologists, Republicans, Democrats, independents, and the largest number of immigrants, documented and undocumented, of any Democrats, independents, and the largest number of immigrants, Democrats, independents, and the largest number of immigrants, documented and undocumented, of any state in the nation. I rise because the President's actions have created deep uncertainty and pain for our refugee and immigrant communities. I rise because the President's actions have created deep uncertainty and pain for our refugee and immigrant communities. I rise on behalf of California's more than 250,000 dreamers who were told by the federal government, if you sign up, we will not use your personal information against you. I rise to say the United States of America cannot go back on our promise to these kids and their families. And I rise today as a lifelong prosecutor and as the former top cop of the biggest state in this country to say these executive actions present a real threat to our public safety. State in this country to say these executive actions present a real threat to our public safety. Let me repeat that. The President's immigration actions and Muslim ban will make America less safe. Ban will make America less safe. The President's immigration actions and Muslim ban will make America less safe. As a prosecutor, I can tell you it is a serious mistake to conflate criminal justice policy with immigration policy, as if they are the same thing. They are not. I have personally prosecuted everything from low-level offenses to homicides. I know what a crime looks like. And I will tell you, an undocumented immigrant is not a criminal. We're coming up on a major fundraising deadline.
Biatch. Boom shakalaka!
Tribe up, great day. Welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Blackjack. Hey, salute to everybody in the house. Sister Salah in the house, salute. In the house, salute. We got a good show lined up one more time. Trying to remind everybody, we are not a nation of immigrants, Managa.
Do. They suggest all immigrants are criminals and treat immigrants like criminals. And there's no question, those who commit crimes must face severe and serious and swift consequence and accountability. But the truth is, the vast majority of immigrants in this country are hardworking people who deserve a hardworking people who deserve a pathway to citizenship. Instead of making us more safe, these increased raids and executive orders instill fear in immigrants who are terrified they will be deported.
They should be.
Or have to give up information resulting in the deportation of their family members. For this reason, studies have shown Latinos are more than 40% less likely to call 911 when they've been a victim of crime.
China Keys in the house, salute. Title of the show, we are not a nation of immigrants. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what everybody say. We are not a nation of immigrants. I don't care who say it. We are not a nation. They are immigrants, but we are not. Saying that we are a nation of immigrants is implying that we don't even exist. The indigenous people don't exist. That's to say, yeah. The indigenous people, the aborigines, hey, let's knock a Charlie in the house, salute. The aborigines, they don't exist no more. And that's simply not true. To say we are a nation of immigrants is to lie, and to say that our people came from somewhere else, like all these other people did. See that they want to sleep good at night. They want to feel like the indigenous people is just gone. And America is just up for grabs. And everybody around the world is entitled to come live and exploit America. Live in and exploit America. Like it's Disney World. Literally. And I get so tired of hearing people say that. That's the most ignorant thing I ever heard. America is a nation of ignorance. No, it's not. It's not a nation of immigrants. It's a nation that belongs to the indigenous people. It's a nation of colonizers. It's a nation of invaders. Tell it like it is. A nation of illegal aliens. A nation of invaders on our land, holding us hostage and lying about who we is. And make no mistake, the more people they let in here, this is 1492 2.0. This is just a remix of Christopher Columbus and colonization. You're being colonized right in front of your eyes. Over 20 million people that invaded this country in a very short amount of time, outnumbering you, and some people are even up to make them citizens, and regardless of that, they looking to allow these people to vote in elections. Hey, Mr. Dar Element in the house, salute. They looking to let illegal aliens vote in your election. This is your election. This ain't no Venezuelan election. This is your election. And they looking to let illegal aliens vote. You don't understand what they're doing. They are outnumbering you. They are making the attempt to outnumber the Naga. They are making the attempt to outnumber the indigenous people. It ain't no time better than now to be serious. This is not the time to play. This is not the time to turn up and party. This is not the time to have some extravagant dating life. You Nagas need to be, you young Nagas need to be getting together with you a mate and having large families. We are at war, and you Nagas don't even realize it. If the vote, it's time to get our numbers up besides just the vote. If a war went down and you outnumbered, what you gonna do? Let alone vote. You want to build up the voting power? Cool. Tribe up with you a Naga and build a large family. You got to stop worrying about money and having everything. You Nagas been broke before. F the money. Your family is more valuable than your money. I don't even care if you're poor. Have yourself a large family. Don't let people tell you we overpopulated. You listen to all this stupid ass crap, and you live in the land of plenty. You live in the land that got so plenty they just let 20 million invaders in on your land. We sit here and we argue over stupid crap. We take life for a joke. Life is short. We should be doing anything but joking. We should be very serious.
House Republicans passed a bill requiring proof of
Bronze
U.S.
flat power
citizenship
guard in the
for
House.
voter
Leon in the
registration.
House. Salute.
Its future is uncertain in the Senate, with many Democrats calling it unnecessary. Connor Hansen explains one of the key issues for Republicans.
The yeas are 221, the nays are 198. The bill is passed.
A key part of their agenda, House Republicans passed the SAVE Act, expressing concerns that people in the country illegally could be voting in upcoming elections. 5 Democrats voted for it as well.
Let me be clear. Non-citizen voting reduces confidence in our elections. American elections are for American citizens, and we intend to keep it that way.
The law would require people to provide
If you wasn't the minority, you about to be one for sure.
documents proving their citizenship when they register to vote. And it would give states access to federal databases to help them remove non-citizens from the rolls.
These common sense solutions are not controversial.
State audits show it's rare for ballots from non-citizens to be counted,
That's
and
a
they
lie.
haven't impacted an
It's not
election.
rare.
Many Democrats argue the SAVE Act is unnecessary.
Democrats argue it's unnecessary to make voters prove that they're citizens. Republicans are pushing this bill to make everybody who come in to vote prove that they're a U.S. citizen. Democrats say, nah, that's unnecessary.
You big dummy.
Who you voting for? If you knockers tell me you voting for Democrats, you voting against yourself. When you get punished in the end, I don't want to hear it. You voting for your enemy. You voting Democrats. You voting for the people that's going to let people in come and outnumber you. You voting for the demise of your children and grandchildren.
And could make it harder for some Americans if they've lost documents or if they're overseas and can't register in person.
Republicans are pushing a bill that will disenfranchise U.S. military personnel protecting us overseas
That is
from
a lie.
registering.
That is a lie. See, the Democrats are liars. He want to make it well, let's go and disenfranchise military overseas. That is a lie. They are in the fucking military. How can you disenfranchise a military man or woman overseas? They are automatically going to be able to vote. They're in the fucking military, you dumbass. All these smoke and mirrors.
It's unpatriotic and it's shameful.
Former
Registering. It's unpatriotic and overseas military personnel bill that will disenfranchise
in person.
Republicans are pushing a bill that will disenfranchise U.S. military personnel protecting us overseas from registering. It's unpatriotic
I can't
and it's
believe you
shameful.
said that.
Former President Trump supports the bill and
He said the serpent on God, King Morpheus in the house. He said this bill being pushed by Republicans to force voter ID to prove that you're a U.S. citizen and even be allowed to vote. He said it's going to hurt U.S. military men and women overseas. How? When they are in the military. How is proving that you're a citizen going to vote? The vote going to hurt them. That is a bald-faced lie.
and stood with House Speaker Mike Johnson when he announced it. Trump says it would stop, quote, weaponization and cheating, but opponents argue its purpose is far more cynical.
It only perpetuates lies now to set up even bigger lies later when they're unhappy
Listen to who's saying. Listen to who's saying. An immigrant.
with the outcome of the November election.
As Connor Hansen reporting, the SAVE
Of course,
Act
she
would
against
still
it.
have to survive the Democrat-led Senate and the White House, which has voiced opposition to the bill.
All right, so listen up. State
So
Farm.
the Biden White House, the Biden-Harris White House, and the Democrat-ran Senate oppose it. Why would they oppose it? Why would they oppose it?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in support of H.R. 8281, the SAVE Act. For years, Democrats have called Republicans conspiracy theorists for stating Democrats want illegal aliens to vote in our elections, yet President Biden and every single Democrat in Washington want this bill to fail. If Biden and the Democrats want to clear up this conspiracy theory, Mr. President, when this bill passes, make sure you sign it into law. And on another note, I've been black for my entire life. I like to bring up the most racist thing I've ever heard is the insinuation by Democrats that black and brown Americans are too stupid to get an ID to vote just like everybody else. I call this the soft bigotry of low expectations. Figuring out how to vote in this country is a very low bar, and we could all figure it out regardless of your race, religion, color, or creed, and we should all want free and fair elections. With me today, I'm not going to pull mine out this time, but I have 6 forms of government issue ID. How did I acquire that? Personal responsibility in this country. I've also heard a lot about Jim Crow here today. I'm here to tell you Jim Crow is over, and I know it because my parents grew up in it. And I think it's actually insulting to those that actually experienced the ills of Jim Crow. Having an ID to vote in our nation's elections should be a requirement.
I need to learn how to talk like that when I'm on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
You big dummy.
They might make me blow, boy. If I can talk like that nigga right there, that nigga there is gifted.
Which is why I stand before you today urging my colleagues on the left to support this bill. If you want secure elections, if you want your vote to count, vote for the SAVE Act and yield back the rest of my time.
Mr. Speaker, I reserve.
That nigga there went off. I don't even, boy, I got lost. That nigga went off, though. He was talking Jim Crow. A lot of people see what's going on. The Democrats looking to cheat, basically.
I thank the chair. Appreciate the gentleman from appearing. Just a couple of questions. For the chairman, I think you just articulated some of the things I wanted to make sure was clear for the record about what we're talking about here. Under current law, but I want to make sure it's clear for everyone to understand. Under current law, if a state wants to ensure that it is only a citizen voting, does that state face barriers to ensuring that that is the case?
100%, that's an accurate statement. They're not allowed, they're actually prevented from asking applicants for documentary proof of U.S. citizenship under current law, and that's the...
See, the Democrats got it set up to where the voting booth, they're not even allowed to ask if you were a U.S. citizen. I guess they ain't looking for ID or nothing. I don't know exactly what they got going on. Jose Migo run up in that bitch, hey, give me a ballot. And he writing in whatever he want.
The Supreme Court's decision in 2013 of Arizona versus Intertribal, their review of NVRA and federal preemption.
And as such, has that caused...
See, they've been trying to pass this bill to require you to be a U.S. citizen to vote at least 2 months or more ago, at least over 2 months ago. The Democrats trying to block it. They plan on cheating. See, if you ask me, if they cheat and all these are 20 million illegal aliens vote, man, it should be war. It should be war, man. I'm just saying, man, this is not a game. If you gonna let your land, your election, and all get stolen again, this is the infinite colonization of America right in front of our eyes. So if they keep talking about you a nation of immigrants, they keep letting people in, 20 million people in. Where's the land to put all these people at? Meanwhile, most of our people don't even got no land, though we once had it all.
Problems, for example, with respect to Arizona, where Arizona currently basically operates 2 separate systems, where they register individuals checking proof of citizenship for state and local elections, but they, on the federal side, do not, because of this barrier put in place prohibiting them, in essence, due to the court's interpretation of MVRA, prohibiting them from being able to check citizenship. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
And what we're endeavoring to do here, which obviously was debated and amended in committee, if I'm correct, I believe that the ranking member's amendment was offered in committee and failed 6-1.
That's accurate.
And there was a significant number of Democrats not present at that hearing.
6-1 indicates that.
Right. And so that amendment was offered.
So I'm going to speed y'all up. The act already been passed by the Supreme Court. So it's getting held up in Congress from being made to be something that's nationwide. But see, they about to have one, they having right now as we speak, one of them budget deals where they running out of money and they got to set the budget again. So you know how they be shutting down the government? They about to shut down the government again because the Republicans put it on the new bill, the SAVE Act. They put the act on the new bill, and in order for them to open the budget back up, they got to sign the bill. So they be about to go into another shutdown or some goofy shit. Let's see what they say in the comment section. I always like to read the comment section to see what the people talking about. A 203 low gang in the house. A Jackie Salah said U.S. citizens, the non-indigenous, dang, why they got this in my way? Why I can't see everything? Hold on. The non-indigenous folk are a nation of welfare recipients. Facts. They giving them all this welfare, and then if you look at the new job report, like out of all the 2 million or something jobs they got created in the last so many years, they say most of them, they say over 90% of them went to immigrants, illegal aliens. Dang, what a comment section there. Hold on, let's see what they're saying. Somebody named Black just said, if we can keep felons from voting, why the hell can't we keep non-U.S. citizens from voting? Hey, salute the Blackjack, man. He was the only one that was thinking. I mean, if we can stop felons from voting, why the hell can't it seems like it only makes sense. They go through they go through hell and high water to make sure no felons you felons, no voting for you felons. Some of you niggas indigenous got felonies and all, you ain't been able to vote. But they ain't got no restriction on illegal. The illegal aliens come from Venezuela. He got bodies and all. He done made packs out of people. They say boy, them Venezuelans, they said from that gang TDA, they say half of them murderers. They say they done took people out down there. They say they cold-blooded killers. That's why I ain't gonna play with them. They run up on me. If you even look Venezuelan, you come talking crazy around me. If you look Venezuelan and you come talking crazy around me, I'm telling you right now, I'm nervous. Yeah, it's gonna end up going in a pack round here. They already told me about you. They say somebody said voter ID in all American elections, period. They got 813 likes. Somebody said, I am so angry listening to this nonsense. Identification is required. There is only reason why you would not want to vote for this. See, people ain't stupid. People is not stupid. I don't see nobody on here saying, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? This is goofy, man. We don't need this. Everybody's with it. And they got like 900 something likes and shit to their comments. So anyone registering in non-citizens should face penalties. Yeah, they should get to me, if you register non-citizens to vote, your ass should get deported with their ass, you know what I'm saying?
You big dummy.
They need to let me make some policy. I would make some policy and people will vote for it. They be like, yeah, that's a good policy. Anybody registering a legal alien to vote, you are now an illegal alien too, and you getting deported, buddy. It should be a requirement to prove that you are a citizen. So, see, it all makes sense. You know, and let me tell you, I'm finna make it make more sense for you. Can you go to Russia and vote in the election?
You big dummy.
Can you illegally invade Russia? And got the nerve, you so entitled because you think Russia is a nation of immigrants. You think the whole world is entitled to go in Russia, live over there, exploit it, shit on the land, and vote in the election. You ain't got no damn driver license, no citizenship, no ID even. You a killer from Venezuela, but you so entitled, you think you got the right to vote in the U.S. because the Democrats said you do.
At least debate
you
with
can't
one.
go to Zimbabwe. I wish you would break up in Zimbabwe and then you got the nerve to go to the voting booth. They gonna kill your ass. They gonna kill you with a machete over there. Because in Zimbabwe, they money kind of low. They be trying to save their little bullies in case a war go down. They gonna kill you with a machete over there, a bushwhacker. Talking about you going to Saudi Arabia. You breaking up in there, you invading Saudi Arabia at the border, talking about now you in there talking about you want welfare and you want to vote, man. They finna off your ass in the art. Where they do this at? Where the hell they get to do this at? The Saudi Arabians look at you like, no, this our land. You ain't getting no welfare, you getting off with your head. Congress.gov. H.R. 8281, 118th Congress, the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act. Who they saving? The Naga? I don't know, man. See, man, I'm concerned, man. I'm starting to be very concerned, man. This bill requires individuals to provide documentary proof of U.S. citizenship in order to register to vote in federal elections. First sentence, that's all I need to read. I don't need to read nothing else. The first sentence says, the SAVE Act is that this bill requires anybody to provide documentary proof that you a U.S. citizen. You ain't got no right to be voting up in here trying to persuade and dictate shit on somebody else's land. They done more family in the house, salute. This is insane. Specifically, the bill prohibits states from accepting and processing an application to register to vote in a federal election unless the applicant presents documentary proof of U.S. citizenship. Further, the bill 1 prohibits states from registering an individual to vote in a federal election unless at the time the individual applies to register to vote, the individual provides documentary proof of U.S. citizenship. And 2 requires states to establish an alternative process under which an applicant may submit other evidence to demonstrate U.S. citizenship. Each state must, like a birth certificate, each state must take affirmative steps on an ongoing basis to ensure that only U.S. citizens are registered to vote, which shall include establishing a program to identify individuals who are not U.S. citizens using information supplied by specified sources. Additionally, the bill requires states to remove non-citizens from their official list of eligible voters. The bill allows for a private right of action against an election official who registers an applicant to vote in a federal election who fails to present documentary proof of U.S. citizenship. The bill establishes criminal penalties for certain offenses, including registering an applicant to vote in a federal election who fails to present documentary proof of U.S. citizenship. The Election Assistance Commission must, within 10 days, adopt and transmit guidance for implementing the bill's requirements to chief state election officials. All right, salute. I'm all for it, man. Why are the Democrats against this? The Democrats say they don't let in 20 million new voters. They want to let these aliens vote on your land about your laws. To give them the welfare, give them the $150K with zero down on the house. Woo, woo, woo. I would be voting Democrat too if I was an alien.
You big dummy.
I don't know why the Democrats we already got a land of invaders, not a land of immigrants. We already got a nation of invaders. We got the white people here. The Democrats is pissing the white people off and the indigenous niggas. Because I'm going to tell you how. The Democrats are saying, you know what? We finna they putting all their chickens in the immigrant box. They got Kamala, she told you her mammy was an immigrant. They say the immigrants is popping. The Democrats done put all their chickens, all their eggs in the immigrant basket. They done said F the white people and the indigenous niggas. That's what the Democrats done said. They said, you know what? They said we'll fix this. We'll rig the election one way or the other. All these immigrants,
both
colonizers,
of them have
invaders,
really put
descendants of invaders.
Anti-immigration.
Matter of fact, before I start this, even about the SAVE Act, I got a couple things that I could recommend being added to the SAVE Act. If you're an illegal immigrant, if you give birth to a child in the U.S., the child don't get no birth certificate. So you got to go back home to get the birth certificate. Even if your child, you think you finna break into Texas and through Mexico and all this here, and you think you finna have a baby, talking about your baby an American, a U.S. citizen now and all this goof ass shit. Your baby still in Venezuela, and you got to go back to Venezuela and get paperwork for your baby. We don't give a damn. You came here pregnant, you got pregnant here. We don't give a damn. Your ass. This how I would rock with it. If you ain't got no birth certificate, your baby don't get no birth certificate. Salute. That's how I would run it. If you ain't a U.S. citizen, your baby ain't a U.S. citizen. That's how I would run it. Talking about your baby was born here. Cause see, that's Hillary's excuse. Your mama, your great grandmama wasn't no U.S. citizen, bitch. You ain't no U.S. citizen. You an invader, colonizer, immigrant too.
Both of them have really put anti-immigration statements at the core of their campaigns. Donald Trump started his campaign calling immigrants.
That's why I rock with Trump. Cause at least Trump, his ass a descendant of an immigrant too. His ass an immigrant too. But at least he ain't trying to let no more in. You know what I'm saying? I said if I had to pick my own poison, I'm gonna pick the poison and say, yeah, you know, even though I'm an immigrant, we ain't letting no more in. That's why I can rock with Trump.
Rapists and criminals.
Yep, and they proved to be that.
And across New York,
Trump ain't even have to call them that. They proved that on their own. They came here and showed us.
Big dummy.
Hillary, you talking 7 years ago, Hillary. Yeah, you talking back 7 years ago. You talking about in 2017. Well, Hillary, it's 2024 now. Matter of fact, 2016, Hillary, it's 2024 now.
and in the harbor is the Statue of Liberty, reminding us of who we are and where we came from. We are a nation of immigrants, and
You big dummy. Now who's sit your $5 ass down before I make your ass. Motherfucking
You
word.
are an invader, an immigrant.
And I ain't playing, nigga.
We are not. See, y'all ain't gonna get around this right here. Old Breeze in the house, salute. You're not gonna get around this. You're an immigrant. But we ain't no nation of immigrants. Yes, a lot of you invaders over here on our land. Enslaved the Naga, mistreated the Naga on his own land, on our own land. But don't come here talking about everybody no immigrant, because you know damn well that we are not. Y'all the immigrants. Our people not the immigrants. That's why I'm not with no black umbrella talking about we just black and all this here. Nope. All black people not the same then. If you want to say we black, all black people not the same. It's different species of black people. It's different animals. They're different breeds, different bloodlines. I'm not killing these other black nigglets. Black nigglets from Africa and from Australia. I'm not killing them nigglets. Look how they look. They're not killing me. I'm a specific type of niglet. Indigenous to America since the beginning of time. The maps prove it. Everything about the history proves it. So we are not a nation of immigrants. No.
I am proud of it. The other way we will raise incomes quickly is to guarantee equal pay for women's work.
Man, see, they be running. They be trying to.
Last time I
cap.
checked, I don't think women going up to the cap.
All right, I don't want to hear this drunk bitch talking. She talking about we a nation of immigrants. Oh, guess who else? Y'all know who else? Not just Kamala, all of them. They immigrants, man.
We are a nation of immigrants, and that
He
means
come right off. This goof fan, that's what I'm saying, man. His last name is Obama. I don't know nobody. You ever met somebody met somebody look like you talking about their last name Obama? You talking about all us black? They ain't not no kin to us. This is an immigrant right here. This is a teller. That's what they'll call him, a teller, right? He an immigrant. He a legal alien. His ancestors was aliens. So he come right off. He come right off. He gonna try to act like all us, talking about all us aliens, man.
we are a
Bitch.
nation of immigrants, and that means that
No, we not, man. Obama, you either. You're not gonna act like we don't exist. You're not gonna sit here and act like the indigenous people don't exist.
Boom shakalaka.
We're not Eurafrasian like you. We're not half African and half European like you. We are indigenous Americans. You called us Indians. You got us on your maps. You got us in statues and artifacts. You got us in the writing, in the literature, even in the U.S. laws, even in the U.S. military records, on census and war records, captured Indian Negroes. We know who we are. Nation of immigrants. You MFer?
Constantly being replenished with strivers.
Constantly being replenished. Constantly being replenished. These people telling you what their agenda is, man. If you not listening to what these people agenda is, you crazy. And you sit here and you say you indigenous. You say you indigenous people, but you voting for the Democrats, you out your mind. You can't tell me you believe you indigenous people, but you voting for immigrants.
We are a nation of immigrants, and that means that we're constantly being replenished with strivers who believe in the American dream, and it gives us a tremendous advantage over other nations.
Damn. They give us the advantage to take criminals and killers from other nations and rob the regular people. They've been had this agenda. They just wide open with it. You know why they so wide open with it? They like we got our army of 20 million Venezuelans in here now. Wilding. They say we got 20 million Venezuelan TDA members up in here wilding. They cocky about it now. Look at the look on his face. They like they don't need you, Nagas. Huh, promise you reparations, Naga, please. That's why they so cocky with it. Naga, please. I'm not black American president. I'm the immigrant president. I'm the gay rights president. He everything else but representing you. And they keep running this same play.
My fellow Americans, we are and always will be
My fellow Americans, you bitch, you ain't one of us. You ain't no con. You an immigrant. You a legal alien.
My fellow Americans, we are and always will be.
I don't care if you was born here. Your people wasn't born here. They should have been. The rules should have been blackjack rules back then. If you from Africa, if you from Europe, and your baby from, I don't care if your baby born here. They from where you from, bitch. Take your baby back. Take your little Obama looking ass back. His last name Obama. Ain't no nigga over here last name Obama. Take his ass back to Africa and get his birth certificate over there.
We were strangers once too.
You still a stranger.
And whether our forebears were strangers who crossed the Atlantic, or the Pacific, or the Rio Grande,
or the Bering Strait, huh? Or the Bering Strait too, huh? What about the fake $5 Indians on the Dawes Road?
Before I make
them invaders too. They no different than these migrants. They migrants too. They migrants and illegal aliens too. All them Dawes Road Indians, the fake ass $5 red man Indians. All them migrants. Everybody except us. Why you think so many Nagas felt that Kendrick Lamar shit? That
They not like us.
Simply because Nagas know that it's something different about us than everybody else. Even the people who they say look like us and got the same skin color, we know they not the same as us. I'm tired of these people, man. I'm tired of all these outsiders, man.
Only because this country welcomed them in and taught them that to be an American is about something more.
We ain't welcome nobody in. Y'all invaded. See all this propaganda and lies.
Pacific or the Rio Grande, we are here only because this country welcomed them in and taught them that to be an American is about something more than what we look like, or what our last names are.
Boy, hit dog gon' holler. He talking about what our last names are. Yeah, my last name not Johnson or Jackson, but I'm still one of the nigglets. No, you ain't one of us, Naga. Your last name Obama, Naga. Your first name Barack. We ain't never heard of no Naga like you. If you went to school with us, we would pick at you, matter of fact. Fake ass Naga. Guilty conscience, Naga. You talking about no matter what. You ain't know. You know you ain't Naga. You a Euro-African. You a Euro-Frasian.
As names are, or how we worship. What makes us Americans is our shared commitment to an ideal.
No, that's not what it is.
All of us are created equal.
What makes you Kenyan then? What made your daddy Kenyan? Being born in Kenya? Or was he able to be born anywhere and just go to Kenya and they talking about, you can be born in China, but you come on over here to Kenya, that's not what make you Kenyan. Your ideals make you Kenyan, even though you're a Chinese Kung Fu looking man. We don't care. You Kenyan now. Sounds ridiculous, right?
And all of us have the chance to make of our lives what we will.
See, for them to keep running this propaganda and these lies, and for them people that keep coming here invading and not to feel guilty, they got to keep playing like you don't exist. They got to keep playing like you come from somewhere else. That you're not the true. See, they gotta fake like you don't exist so everybody can be an American. Your existence disqualifies anybody else from being an American. Did you know that? The fact that you exist makes it where the fact that you exist, the indigenous people, the descendants of the indigenous people, you are the indigenous people. The fact that you exist disqualifies everybody else, even Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, any European descendant. It disqualifies everybody. That's why they gotta call you an African American or just black. Tell you they don't know where you come from, what ship or nothing. Tell you all kind of stupid shit. Yeah, we don't know. You just from Africa somewhere, nigga. You're black. Hey man, I'm Blackjack, man. This House of Cons, man. I just want to pop off this little shit, man. All this old talking about we a nation of immigrants. That's
You
a lie,
big
man.
dummy.
We can't let them keep running with that. Every time we gotta hear it, you gotta take it as an opportunity to call them back to say, hold on, whoa, pump your brakes, buddy. This nation of immigrant stuff. Bet you didn't know about this. Call them out every time. See, I'm gonna use it against them. Politics and all. I don't care if it's sports. I don't care. If you bringing up this immigration and identity shit, I'm gonna call it out every time. I'm gonna use it as an opportunity. No. Explain, y'all African Americans, explain these Indian Negroes then. See, you got the big joker in your pocket the whole time. For any challenger, whether it's the U.S. government, whether it's a white colonizer, whether it's a tether, a Negro tether, whether it's a $5 Indian.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Somebody from Hindustan talking about they black. You got the big joker in your pocket the whole time. You like, oh yeah? You got the big joker, all this evidence that we got. That you can shut them down with. Yeah, Indian Negroes captured then. What's this? Shut the colonizer up quick. Or shut the Hindustan down up quick. Talking about we all black. Shut the $5 Indian down quick. That's why I can't wait to run up on my next fight. I ain't seen the $5 Indian in a while because it ain't that many and they be hiding. But the next time I see a $5 Indian, I can't wait to bum rush their ass with information. So I got, yeah, what tribe you with? You talking about you with? I'm a real Indian. I'm talking about I'm gonna throw so much shade because I want the argument, I want the smoke. And I want to shove some information down their throat real quick. To rock their world and make them take it back to their little fake tribe, their little fake Dogs Road tribe. Hey man, I'm Blackjack, man. It's a House of Cons. A lot of people been asking for this image that's on the thumbnail. I got the white guy on it, but on the original thumbnail, when you click on the video, you'll see the white guy's not there. But yeah, anybody want this image, you can screenshot it from your phone. Everybody, a lot of people like this image. I put this little collage together back a little while back. All these Indians on top of some other Indians on the map. Made a little collage just to point out some shit. Just to point out that it's all the same. I was selling the poster of this at one time, and a couple people bought the poster, but I started selling merchandise. But yeah, anybody who wanted, you can screenshot it right there. I'm Blackjack, though. It's House of Cons. We out. Peace.